I actually really love this movie, though there are definitely a few things I found wrong with it and I don't think were explained enough. Kane is a character that just graduated high school throughout most of the movie, but they never tell us Ronnie's age, his later love interest, in like the last 20 minutes of the movie. But I'm pretty sure she's like quite a bit older than him. Not a huge age gap, but definitely, older than him since she is the ex girlfriend of one of his childhood, idols, someone that was basically his dad and was around while his dad was alive. So I have a feeling that she was at least in her 30s, character wise, not the actual actor. Because I think the actual actor is only in like her 20s or something. She's played by Jada Pickett Smith. Um, oh, that dude right on the cover, the second dude that's not Kane. I definitely need to talk about some of the stuff with him in the movie. I think his name was O-Dog, not sure. Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson was in this movie. It was very brief, though. Yeah, his name was definitely O-Dog. The movie starts off with him killing people because they're, racist. But that's, like, not the huge reason why. It's more because they say something about his mom. So that ends up being, like, a plot point throughout the movie. Doesn't go anywhere. Like, this one dude's about to show the tape and get him in trouble, but that didn't go anywhere since Kane just ends up getting killed by someone else he pisses off. There is the F slur used in this movie. Wasn't a huge fan of that. Definitely makes sense character wise though. Still not a fan. Where the second main character is definitely homophobic. We find out about that later. Because there's a scene where he calls and like, who are you hanging out with? And then he tells everybody he's hanging out with. And then the last person he describes as the F slur. So later in the movie, this one dude that's needs a fix because he's a drug addict is begging this dude for, drugs. And O-Dog is not having it. He's not going to do anything unless he pays him. Offers him cheeseburgers, and he's like, nope, I just ate. Eventually, the dude offers to suck his dick, so he just murders him. That didn't happen. It didn't go anywhere. Just didn't go anywhere. Makes sense for his character since he kills people all the time. Because he killed a store owner and an assistant. Not because they were being racist to him and being douchebags, but because they said something about his mom. A more personal insult instead of the heavily racism that a lot of people have to deal with. Which is still stupid that it still goes on to this day. So, it kills both of them, and that is a plot point that is sort of used out throughout the movie, but doesn't end up going anywhere. Because a random scene that happened in the movie where this Kane was flirting with this girl, gave a number. Apparently, they had a one-night stand off screen, and now she's pregnant or whatever. But she had a boyfriend, so he's mad about this. They get in an argument, beats the shit out of him, which gets him kicked out of his house for some reason. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, but at the same time, in this movie, it doesn't make sense. Because literally earlier in the movie, the grandpa assumes this man has killed someone before. Yet he thinks him beating up somebody. Oh, that's too much. Because literally, this is a line in the movie where the grandpa is like, Kane says something about killing somebody. I don't remember the exact words. And then the grandpa's like, I bet you've killed somebody before. And he's like, no, I haven't. Because at this point, Kane hasn't killed anybody. Later in the movie, he kills one person, and that's it. To avenge his cousin Harold that gets killed. But they kick him out for beating somebody up, even though the grandpa, for some reason, thinks this dude has killed somebody. You think this man's killing people, but you draw the line at him beating up people? That makes sense. So he gets kicked out of the house. He starts loading up to go to Atlanta, because that is another plot point that's been used throughout this movie. It's definitely not the best. It's kind of all over the place, but I do really enjoy the actual movie and most of the characters. Eventually, Kane beats the shit out of somebody because he's sexually harassing this woman who he's sort of dating now in a very awkwardly done scene. Like, she starts kissing at him. He's like, oh shit, no, that's not cool. I don't want to kiss you. Then they just straight up start having sex. I skipped that scene. I did not feel comfortable watching that. Since, like I said, I didn't know what her age is supposed to be in this movie. They never say. Kane's just graduated high school. But what is she, since, she's one of his childhood idols, his girlfriend, ex-girlfriend. I don't know what age she's supposed to be in this movie. So I just skipped it. So, of course, that dude that was messing with her earlier is now messing with her again. Asks for a gun, beats the shit out of the dude with a gun. So later he's pissed off, and he, is about to send out the videotape to the cops, but that doesn't really go anywhere since Kane gets killed at the end of the movie. And the dude that he pissed off earlier. It's a very different movie, but I honestly really enjoyed it besides the stupid homophobia shit. I really don't get why that's in a lot of movies, even if they're older. But I guess that's really about it. There isn't really too much to this movie.